The music's still pretty loud, hey? Anyway. Boy gang. Yeah, I do believe my friends organised mine for me. Alright, so thanks everyone so much for coming. I know it's a long way for a one-off, and for the people who've stayed for the whole weekend, I hope you had fun. I know Pete's really loved it. So I have written a speech, so I'm just going to say it. I've called it, basically I was thinking about it, I'm like, everybody who knows Pete kind of knows a slightly different Pete, and he's got lots of different kind of elements to his personality. So I've called this Variations on a Pete, right? And but depending on how you know him, you'll probably recognise one or more of the Petes that I'm about to introduce to you. So the first one is Pete the country boy. Yes. Yeah. I think I put this first because it's kind of the first thing most people think of, I think, when they think of Pete. I really feel like if ever anyone epitomised the saying you can take the boy out of the country but you can't take the country out of the boy, it's Pete. When you see him on the farm, it's like... I feel bad because I took him out of the country. It's like seeing him in his natural habitat. when you see him on the farm, he's like in his hat and his boots and his dog and his ute. And it's even though he left the farm to go to boarding school at 13, he still refers to it as home. Okay, the next one is Pete the Son. S-O-N.
Oh, so Pete doesn't like sun.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's like the anti-sun, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, he calls those of you who haven't met Anne and Brian, it's so great that they were able to come this weekend. And Pete calls them every week without fail. He's always thinking about how we can see them and how we can help them. And I think he's just a really good example of what a son should be. Yeah. Then there's Pete the brother. So Tim, where's Tim? So it was so fun. He's in the sun. So even people who didn't know Tim, as soon as they turned up, they went, "Oh, Pete's brother's here."
It's a hair, I think.
Yeah. There's no denying it. Anyway, Tim, Pete's so proud of you and all that you've achieved, and I know he reflects really fondly on your childhood together. And I know he regrets that you didn't get more time together as kids because he went away to boarding school. So anyway, he's a pretty good big brother, I reckon.
He's alright.
Okay, then there's Pete the husband, who's loyal, supportive, encouraging. He's so damn proud of me, it verges on embarrassing. But yeah, he's such a great support and friend. And then there's Pete the dad. So not just a dad, but a stay-at-home dad, which is really quite amazing. He's all over the school stuff. I've got no idea what's going on there. Extracurricular, gymnastics, taekwondo, homework, pocket money, school banking, like he's all over it. And I don't think our girls appreciate just yet how lucky they are to have a dad who's so good at sort of nurturing their fearlessness and fierceness and resilience. I think that's a real gift. You do? Good. Then there's Pete the student. So his dedication to his studies is amazing. It's coming up 6 years now that he's been flogging away at this. His GPA is ridiculous. And that is a reflection of his dedication, but it's also a reflection of his supreme intelligence. Then there's Pete the Proud. So my maiden name was Proud. My family is ever so slightly bonkers, and he's just kind of slotted in, and his uncle and brother-in-law and son-in-law. My parents would take his side in an argument over mine these days, so I think that's a real sign.
Well, that's because he's right, though.
It's because he's right, yeah.
Thanks, mate.
And then there's Pete the friend, who he doesn't let that many people into his inner circle, but once you make it there, you're there for life. And I know that anyone here today, if you asked him to give you his right arm, he'd probably give you both of them. So yeah, that's the kind of friend he is. All right, and then we've got intellectual Pete.
I'm left-handed.
Not your left hand, no. Intellectual Pete. Never ask him to explain anything unless you've got loads of time to listen to the answer. He knows a lot. Then there's problem solver Pete. It's pretty active in his own life as well as the lives of his friends. If you come to him with a problem, he won't just empathise, he'll try and solve it for you. Fix-it Pete. So this is a close relative of problem solver Pete. If it's broken, Pete will fix it. If he can't fix it, he'll get really frustrated, pull it apart, figure out how it works so he can learn how to fix it. So it's a bit of a blessing and a curse. Yeah. Then there's Curious Pete, which gave birth to Fix-it Pete. So, wow. Yeah, it's probably quite painful. Yeah. Pete, he never just accepts anything. You try and get him to just accept something, he won't just accept it. He's got to know why and analyse it and try and, find out the logical answer. Then there's Time Management Pete. He doesn't do so well. So there's I'll just be 5 minutes, which actually means, you know what, Kaz, just go to bed, I'll see you in the morning. And it's usually because Fix-it Pete or Curious Pete has taken over. Yeah. Romantic Pete.
Oh.
Actually the same person as Fix-it Pete. Yeah. However, it doesn't go not often. Not as often as he wants.
Can't screw it or nail it.
He's gone red.
So nail it.
Anyway, so he did propose to me under the Eiffel Tower, which was pretty amazing. And then earlier this year he rocked up to work unannounced with a bunch of flowers to have me out for coffee. So it is there. It's just a little bit, but Fix-it Pete is the strongest version of Romantic Pete, yeah. And then there's Sentimental Pete. He proudly displays all the kids' pictures that they've done, learns how to play their favourite songs on the guitar, never afraid to show how much things mean to him, which I think is a really beautiful trait. Protective Pete, who stems from Sentimental Pete, and this is the guy who nobody better say anything mean about anybody he loves, because he will get you. He will hunt you down. And he will make you pay. Persistent Pete, and he never, ever gives up, even when everything is telling him he should quit, he just doesn't. And then the kind of evil cousin of that is Stubborn Pete. And when Stubborn Pete butts heads with Stubborn Kaz, it gets pretty ugly. Everyone better look out. Yeah. Then there's Push Yourself Until You Spew Pete, who I guess is also related to Persistent Pete and Stubborn Pete. Anyone who's seen him at parkrun or on the bike has met this one.
Or in the garden.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as training.
No such thing as training, Pete. Why can't I just do it, Pete? Yeah. Then there's Daredevil Pete, which is probably why we have Push Yourself Until You Spew Pete. I've seen someone, that's why the cake is the way it is. I've seen someone else do it, therefore I should try. Even if I don't really have the skills or the training or the crack, and that is her. Those genes have been passed on in spades to that one. Then there's MasterChef Pete, who makes the best mac and cheese in Sandgate. It's the only thing he makes, but it's pretty awesome.
He likes my face.
True. Then there's also Animal Lover Pete. He talks to our idiot cat like it's his third child. But I think he just really loves how uncomplicated animals are, and he just really kind of relates to them on that level. Comedian Pete, a particular brand of humour that is this kind of rare and precious combination of cringeworthy horrendousness interspersed with kind of moments of genuine comedic genius, but those moments are pretty rare. Then there's Stirrer Pete. We've all seen that one. That little glint comes into his eye and you kind of know what's coming, and everyone either sticks around to watch the fun or disappears. Then there's Silence is Golden Pete, who basically gets no look in our house because there's me and Caitlin and Erin, and I think that's why he stays up so late at night, just because that's when it's quiet. Then there's No Shades of Grey Pete. No Shades of Grey. Not 50 Shades of Grey. No Shades of Grey. No Shades of Grey. There's black and there's white and there's nothing in between. And I think this is just a sign of he just knows what he values and he knows what's important to him, and that's that. And there doesn't need to be ambiguity. And then there's Attention to Detail Pete, who Erin inherited those traits in large quantities, but it's kind of forest. What forest? I can only see trees. But it's also, I think, one of the reasons he'll make a really amazing engineer is that high level of attention to detail. Budgeter Pete, you should see our finance Excel spreadsheet that he's made. However, it is because of those skills that we've been able to live on one income for 10 years, so it's a pretty amazing trait. Rushing never ends well, Pete. Why would you make a decision quickly when you can spend years looking at it from every Yes. Yes,
It took some time.
2 years.
Got you there.
and then there's Simple Pete, not in a kind of fish sandwiches sort of picnic way, but in a life really doesn't need to be complicated way. And I think most people have seen this in Pete. He just takes so much pleasure in the simple things, and it's a beautiful thing. If he's happy and I'm happy and the kids are happy and his friends are happy, he's happy. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. And the last one of all is Perfect Pete. Now I know that when you were a kid, sometimes kids called you Peter Perfect as a way to kind of torment the fact that you were good at everything. However, I hope now that you're 40 that you can appreciate that for everyone here today, whichever of the aforementioned Petes you know, that to us you are perfect. Right. He has to talk now.
Yeah, I know two Pete's. Pete that doesn't love public speaking. But yeah, probably what was in all of those Pete's was maybe Lucky Pete, which yeah, is standing up here now. Because I'm lucky to have you guys as friends. More important, a fair way away from Brisbane, and yeah, so many of you have come up today to help me celebrate it, or came up yesterday, or even Matt and Amy up with the kids on Friday night. Yeah, like I'm absolutely sport with the people who I do call my friends, and I'm so happy to share bits of my life with each of you. Thanks to my brother and Kim for coming up from Canberra, I think on Friday, and out to the farm, pick Mum and Dad up, and Mum and Dad coming here for the weekend. That means an awful lot to me, because you've had to travel so far to get here. But yeah, everyone else for travelling up here too. I'm also lucky just because of Kaz and the kids. Life's not always easy at home. We don't always agree on everything, and yeah, sometimes trying to balance. Well, you all know what it's like. We've all got kids, we've all got work and family and whatnot. Yeah. But I just feel so lucky sitting in the sunroom each morning having breakfast with Kate and Aaron and Kaz, and just knowing that each day is going to be perfect. So thank you all for coming. I'm looking forward to cutting this cake.
I need to mention our friend actually made the cake. So someone we know through Park Run has made the cake for Pete. Her name's Tracy, and she couldn't make it today, but she sent the cake up with Vic and James. So appreciate it before we cut into it, because it's really quite hilarious.
Don't feel like you've got to take the figure, a piece with the person. I'm a bit wary about cutting that. It doesn't quite seem right.
I don't want to have a piece of the person.
But yeah, I understand everything else on the cake except the bike is edible.
The bike's plastic, but everything is piece of Pete.
Oh, speaking of that, yeah, Kaz is, I keep going, right, I'm 40 now, I'm allowed to be naughty, and we're driving up here past Caloundra, and there's the big ad for Dr. Snip, and Kaz is going.
See, Pete, see that?
So anyway, we'll move on swiftly and get to cutting the cake. Thanks for coming up.
All right.
Rory's racing car.
Hey, you better cut it.